Lisa Marie was 26 years old when she went missing on February the 26th, 1989, from Gwinnett County, Georgia. Geise was last seen at her place of work, a picture frame company in North Cross, Georgia, on February the 26th, 1989. It was her day off, but she had gone there to run inventory. That same day, someone started a fire at the company. The fire triggered the sprinkler system, but the sprinklers were not connected to the alarm, so the water poured for hours without being detected. When employees arrived the following morning, the water was ankle deep on the floor. Near Geise's desk, where the fire started, was a pool of blood. Throughout the day, Gwinnett County Police had organized a massive search for Lisa due to the circumstances. Her purse was found on the roof of a nearby building. Nothing was missing except the keys to Geise's car, a 1983 Nissan Pulsar. The vehicle was found parked a block away. In the woods near Geise's workplace was a 10-pound doorstop and a cloth mail card, both stained with blood. Some bloodstains were also found on the door of the company van. There was no sign of Geise or her remains. Authorities attempted to test the blood at her worksite for DNA, but the water had destroyed the DNA in the blood. It had been raining the day Geise disappeared and the blood-stained items outside also got wet, which precluded the possibility of doing DNA tests on them. Investigators have never been able to determine whether the blood was Geise's. Authorities suspected that a former employee of the picture frame company may have had something to do with Geise's disappearance. He had been fired from the company for falsifying his resume, and he was also on probation for embezzling money from a previous employer. Investigators believe he may have had gone into the company building to erase computer files there as revenge for his termination. The company's computer system showed someone was in the building sabotaging the system on the day of Geise's disappearance. They wonder if this individual encountered Geise and murdered her so she could not inform the police of his actions, but there's no conclusion to this. The suspect was arrested for probation violation after Geise's disappearance, and he maintained his innocence in her case and refused to cooperate with the investigation. The suspect has no alibi for the time Geise disappeared. And authorities tested the suspect's BMW car with luminol, a substance designed to detect blood traces. The luminol revealed spots on the vehicle, but it wasn't enough to put a sample to determine whether the specks were blood or not. Luminol can also test false positive for about 100 other substances, notably bleach. Several years after Geise's disappearance, the suspect's ex-wife told authorities she believes Geise's body was in a well on the property she and the suspect had owned in Talbot County, Georgia. Inspectors searched sex well sites, but turned up only animal carcasses. The suspect has not publicly been identified and has never been charged in connection with Geise's case. All of the employees working at Geise's company at the time, as well as her roommates and her fiance, were ruled out as suspects after her disappearance. She had no known enemies authorities were aware of, and she was planning to marry just weeks after she vanished. Geise had resided in Gwinnett County for about a year before she vanished. Investigators stated that they had received no substantial leads in her disappearance since 1992, and her case is no longer being actively investigated. Foul play is suspected in her case due to circumstances involved. Gwinnett, Georgia's police are investigating when a tip does come in. Lisa Marie Wallace Geise, a white female, was born on December the 18th, 1962 in Pensacola, Florida, and has brown hair. She wears contact lenses and her earlobes are singly pierced, and she has a petite build. If you have any information concerning this case, please contact Gwinnett County Police Department at 770-513-5300 or 770-513-5100. And if you wish to remain anonymous, please contact your local Crime Stoppers unit.